even if they're both black,
Yeah.
the epigenetic layer of the experiences are going to be fundamentally different.
Yeah.
Scientists discover how life experiences rewrite the immune system.
Yeah, this is an incredible story out of the Salk Institute in La Jolla, California. It answers this question of variability, which is something that is very familiar to us, having gone through the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yep.
Some people got completely wrecked by COVID-19 when they got it. Other people were fine. You know, in this particular paper is trying to answer that question. They focus on something called the epigenome. The epigenome is how the DNA gets expressed. And that's a very dynamic thing that can change as we age and as we have life experiences. The genetic patterns can be changed through two ways. There's part of our epigenetics where the cells pick which genes to express and which genes to not based on the genetics themselves. And then there's another one where our life experiences actually change genetic expression, right? And those competing factors are very much in play when it comes to immune cells, because immune cells have to learn throughout the experience of an individual, right? I get some disease, my immune cell has to now remember what that disease looked like mechanistically so that we don't get that disease in the future, right? So immune cells are this really great lab to try and figure out what are these competing effects like, okay?
I mean, this goes to the importance of like genetic diversity in clinical trials as an example, which is a space that my mom works in, because you will have different responses based not only on, you know, someone's African versus African American. The epigenetic layer of the experiences are going to be fundamentally different between those who are part of the African slave trade versus Africans who are not, just as a use case example. And so these kind of details are important because especially as someone who's black, like the medical system and us being able to get treatment is a very complex issue. Because just like photos and film was initially created for only white people, right? And
I didn't know that.
There's fundamental things about the way that film, like actual film,
wow.
works because of light. If you think about how light bounces off of white people's skin versus dark people's skin. So until we got later into digital, like it was never really made for black people. Medicine kind of has a similar issue where a lot of the genetic profiles have been, or the way in which we've operated is for a particular group set. And I think as we continue to do this type of research, it will allow us to expand the efficacy of medicine across a larger swath of genetic profiles. So